rebounds since the first quarter. They are now shooting 46%, where they were shooting 36%.
Yeah, they turned their defense into offense. They had 3 steals alone in that third quarter. But I remember saying deflection, deflection, deflection several times.
Jordan Canada with the first look out of the timeout, or rather the break, as we start the fourth quarter. Couldn't connect, as Ari McDonald strong on the take, and the whistle blew. She kept going, and another foul for Jordan Canada.
I tell you, they are friends off the court. All of these players, you'll see them hug after, but on the court there is no love lost. The ref had to blow the whistle again 3 different times, and Jordan Canada still defended Ari McDonald. This has been personal for these players out here on this court.
I mean, at times they play with each other, whether it be overseas. How about Nas Hillman and Lexi Hull actually playing together and unrivaled, winning the inaugural chip there for Roses? Lexi Hull still looking for her first bucket of the night.
Big time rebound by Ryan Howard, though. Got in there and got over 2 defenders. Boston and box her out, so that's how it's supposed to work.
A lot of pressure at the top of the key for Kelsey Mitchell on Jordan Canada. Had to give it up. 5 on the shot clock. Ryan Howard was tripped up. If they say it's on Lexi Hull, that will be her 5th. It has been a difficult, frustrating night for Lexi Hull.
You know, I will say this. When she was in the first half and had only 2 for that half, I was surprised because I had heard her name defensively so many times on the defensive end. I'm surprised she hasn't reached 6 yet. But again, they're going to sit her down because they know they need her down the stretch as they try to get this lead back down to single digits.
Well, it's not bad when you can bring in a WNBA top 25 and DeWanna Bonner off the bench to relieve her.
Bonner with just 5 points tonight, talking to Stephanie White before the game about her finding her groove with this team.
Nia Coffey thought about it too long and studied wrong. Turns the ball over there. That'll be at
Howard was out there defending her because she commands respect behind the arc.
Indiana looking for some points. This is the biggest lead for Atlanta at 14. Ryan Howard has seen a little bit of everyone for Indiana. The switch. Kelsey Mitchell got what she wanted. Bree Jones. The triple and wide right.
Excellent defense between Ryan Howard and Bree Jones.
Bree Jones going at her former teammate off the glass. I don't know if she's seen that one before.
Just so impressive with her athleticism, her moves.
Solid screen at the top of the key against Natasha Howard, who's brought back up by Ryan Howard.
But look at this move in transition. Bree Jones with the in and out on her former teammate, just takes it to them work angels. 7 rebounds, or 5, excuse me.
Clear out as Kelsey Mitchell getting her easiest bucket of the night. Kelsey Mitchell with 10 points, the only player for Indiana in double figures. Ari McDonald has not scored in the second half. Alicia Gray, on the other hand, has.
Beautiful give and go, and this is what we're talking about when we say move without the ball in your hands.
Kelsey Mitchell in and out. Gnashing on the baseline. Howard going against Hillman and rolls that one in.
Yeah, Nas Hillman didn't want to get the foul on that one, played it straight up, and Natasha Howard too good over the shoulder. 9
points now for Natasha Howard. Plenty of time left. Atlanta hoping to get back in the win column, dropping their last one after going on a 3-game win streak. And actually a 4-game win streak. So a travel call, back-to-back travels for Atlanta. So they're saying it will go against Atlanta for the foul. Her 4th.
I'm gonna say this, everybody's gonna need some Epsom salt and ice bath, some Vicks Vapor Rub, because it has been rough, to say the least, out here.
All the things. Nia Coffey with a lot of pressure at half court. commits another foul. That is the 4th for Atlanta.
A lot of time. This is almost 7 minutes left in the game. These are all pros. If you're Nia Coffey, you don't want to commit that foul way up there. It's not necessary.
Another look. You have to think that has been the assignment. Stephanie White pleased with how they've been getting inside touches. The last few series going to Natasha Howard. Nia Coffey this time.
Bingo.
And that's why you shoot it.
Bingo. Jordan Canada, by being aggressive and getting 2 feet in the paint, the defender had to come over because of what she did the play before that. So what does JC do now? She kicks it out to an open Nia Coffey.
Nia Coffey has knocked down 2 of Atlanta's 3 threes this evening. Jordan Canada will not be denied, but they will say the wraparound with that offhand is an offensive foul.
But I like what
and work the actions until they can find a good, efficient look.
Thanks, Autumn. Well, we were just told that the challenge was successful, or unsuccessful for Atlanta. So Indiana got it back underneath, and as Brittany Griner tried to save it off of Aaliyah Boston.
So here's where Atlanta's got to be careful. So they challenged the call. It was a salvage play, which stopped the momentum that Atlanta had, where they were getting the offense going their way, and defensively they were turning the fever over. Now they've got to be intentional about their shot selection, intentional about getting each other involved.
So to clarify, Tab, and that's my error, they did say that it was a successful challenge for Atlanta. They counted the bucket, and Indiana received the ball out of bounds because of the made bucket. So we play on. 5:24 left. It will stay with Atlanta. It's relentless getting to the glass. But to your point, does she get away with it moving forward? I'm not so certain.
But I like that the refs did, right? Like it's been that way the entire game, so they've kept it consistent.
Nia Coffey thought about it, instead dishes it off to Brittany Griner, is fouled by Aaliyah Boston. Lexi Hull returning to the scorer's table as she checks in. So Dewana Bonner will take a seat, and Aaliyah Boston remaining in the game with 4, Lexi Hull with 5. Jordan Canada waiting for it, needs help, finds Gray. 4 on the shot clock, turnaround by Brittany Griner, and that is textbook offense.
Yeah, she knew the double team was coming to her right side, so what did she do? She turned over her left shoulder instead and just took it one-on-one over Howard.
19-point lead for the Dream. Ryan Howard said, not tonight. Jordan able to save it back in bounds, flies into the second row. Ryan Howard, triple. Couldn't connect. Jordan Canada, chill out. We just got you back.
Howard would have hit that 3. This place would have erupted.
Gone nuts.
Look at the scoring. 6 points for the Fever in this quarter.
Howard gets it again. And a foul on the arm that may be confusing if you're looking at the box score.
Yeah.
And you see Atlanta up by 19. Ryan Howard only has 2 points. Jordan Canada only has 4 points. They were shooting 20% from 3. They've only knocked down 3. And yet, they have this lead. It's because of what we talked about earlier in the game and the balance that we've seen.
Absolutely. When your Ryan Howard isn't on one night because she's defending one of the best players, or she's got 5 assists and 5 rebounds, so she's doing a lot of other things, she can focus on her defense and focus on those hustle plays because she has a scorer in Alisha Gray and a scorer in Brianna Jones who can back her up.
Ryan Howard, who has been very vocal about being on the all-defensive team, is leading this team in steals. A jump ball will take place. And just 16 points this half.
They had 9 points in the third quarter. Like you said, it was a season low. Only 6 so far in this quarter, and that's credit to Atlanta's defense. They really picked it up in this second half. We talked about the third quarter, how they put their foot on the pedal, and they turned their defense to offense. They had 3 steals in the third quarter alone, but they had multiple deflections that turned into points at the other end.
Whatever was said for the coaching staff and Carl Smesko for Atlanta, they have turned it around here in the second half, outscoring Indy 34-16. Under 4 minutes to play to close out the game. 8 seconds on the shot clock with the jump ball between Kelsey Mitchell and Alisha Gray. Goggles wins. But a cough up by Shatori Walker-Kimbrough as there's a foul on the trip call against Shatori.
And inadvertent as well. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough pleading her case, but it had to be called because it impeded the movement of the offensive player. So Walker-Kimbrough, when she tried to corral this ball, you could see here it gets tipped to her. She loses her balance. And right there with that left leg, she sticks it out and it trips Ari McDonald, which impedes her movement. Had to be called.
So with that foul, the team is now over the limit. Ari McDonald will step up for 2 free throws. In and out for her.
Can I just talk about how proud I am of Ari McDonald? I know she's no longer playing for the Dream, but just having to work her way on and off rosters and staying ready and not having to get ready, but also coming out here and competing, just putting her head down and not taking it lightly. I really hope she gets picked up, if released, by the Fever in the near future.
It's been fun to watch her. We had the 3 seasons with her in Atlanta after being the 3rd pick in 2021 out of Arizona, where she was a phenom, as Nia Coffey has been a breath of fresh air off the bench for Atlanta.
Big lineup.
This is the biggest lead.
A semi-big lineup out there, too. You got Naz Hillman and Nia Coffey, both of your 4s out there, and Bree Jones at the 5.
Bree Jones trying to fight underneath against Lexi Hall. Ryan Howard, is this it? And it's not. Atlanta does get it back with a foul against Indiana, though.
When you're out there and you're getting hit and you're tired and you're putting forth all this energy and effort, I get it.
Stripped away, Natasha Howard. Able to collect that one. So with that, the thing. But it's interesting to see how Atlanta has grown since then, but Washington has been very good as well. Well, the clutch free throws of the game are sponsored by Free Last Bail Bonds, a place the people trust when times get tough. As Natasha Howard steps up for another one and can't connect.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game on Sunday. I'm going to miss you.
Oh, I'm going to miss you too. I am.
No, you're not. You're going to be on vacation somewhere in the sun.
I think
not
honestly,
thinking about me.
Maybe, but maybe not. Ryan Howard sending back to Nia Coffey. She's knocked down 3 tonight. Ryan Howard has really struggled from outside. Now, Ryan Howard is leading this team in threes made. However, the percentage that we've seen from her this year is a career low.
Yeah, it is, and she's also second. She's also second in the league in three-point makes, and you know, there's never an excuse. But when you talk about a player like Ryan Howard, who has taken it on her shoulders to try to make that all-defensive team and to play multiple positions for this team, it's hard to find a rhythm, and that's something that has to be developed over time, right? And so Ryan Howard, she's taking it upon herself to get better at that point guard position, and she likes the fact that she's leading this team in assists as well.
Leading the team in assists, has done a phenomenal job of being the floor general, and as we saw in the halftime report with Autumn Johnson, just taking it in strides, learning something along the way, and still trying to figure out where her spots are coming from as well. Just 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. That is not something that we have grown accustomed to seeing from Ryan Howard, who is a lethal three-point shooter, and actually in her sophomore season put up close to 100 threes, had 99.
And it speaks to her maturity, right? Because in just her 4th season, as a player who was a #1 overall pick and a 2-time All-Star, when that gets in your head and you're not scoring the same way, you might want to go out and force the issue and try to get your buckets. But what did she do? She kept the course, and she's still on the course. And she remained steady of getting her teammates involved and allowing them to eat first.
Gotta love it from the leader of the group, Tahina Pow off the bench. Why not? Hands up. And that gets everybody else in the arena on their feet as well.
Pow is so much fun. I mean, a lot of players would come in with nerves in the last 2 minutes of the game, but she came in and banked a 3.
I don't think she has nerves. She just comes in. She is the lightest of the group. She is always laughing. She is so much fun to be around, to watch. I think she wants it back.
Absolutely. And Coach Smesko loves her communication. She's loud, she's vocal.
Going against another Gamecock and champion, and Aaliyah Boston couldn't connect. And a foul as Bree Jones falls to the deck.
Also led the nation in three-point shooting in South Carolina's undefeated season a few years ago.
And off the fingertips of Maya Caldwell, that'll go out of bounds. And one of
a new lineup out there with only Nia Coffey, who's been in the game for the majority of it. So again, the 5 that are out here trying to find some rhythm and chemistry with each other in this last minute and 12 seconds.
20-point game as Atlanta has led the entire, not the entire time, but in the second half has really pulled away. As another foul will be called. Are now on the bench. Who they will see next. And that'll be on Friday. They'll see the Chicago Sky. As Indiana will see on Saturday the New York Liberty. So Indiana, you hope with the amount of time that's in between this game and the game that they're going to see the defending champions and undefeated New York Liberty, if they are indeed going to be able to get Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham back on the floor.
2 players that make a heck of a difference for any lineup, but especially for this Fever team.
And Michaela Timpson out of Florida State.
And you're going to hit me with, at least I played.
At least I played.
Political.
And Nia Coffey missing the first free throw for Michaela Timpson to be able to surpass her in the double-doubles and overall rebounds records at Florida State. Having those 2 players on the same roster and to mentor is really cool.
Listen, if I was Natasha Howard, every time I go up against Timpson in practice, I'm showing her who's the real rebounder, okay? You don't come and take over my WNBA, even with expansion. A lot of good players out there. And Erin McDonald just proving her case why she should make someone's roster.
Speaking of expansion teams, I'm not sure if you saw the Valkyries in Aces game, but that's another team that has been able to string things together in the final 2 games as they had a big one over the Sparks. As this one comes to a close, Atlanta back in the win column, getting this one over Indiana and in charge.